Anybody else ever feel like you're addicted to pain? Like, maybe not on purpose or not by your perceived conscious choosing, but almost as if there's an ingrained pattern subconsciously playing out that causes you uh, to resort to pain for a means of comforting yourself or hindering yourself in some cases. This is something that I've kind of just noticed a lot of myself, especially here recently, as I've been letting go of just different habits and ways of looking at the world and perceptions, which I feel maybe don't serve me and are in full alignment with the way that I am seen in my birthright, my divine nature. As you see right here, this beautiful creature right in front of you, divine and whole and perfect, just as you are watching it. But I have noticed that pain is it's like an old lover. The old lover that still comes to you when you hear the certain music or see a certain scenery. When you return to different places, there she is. And it feels comforting. It feels comforting to know that the thing in which you already know is here once again. But sometimes we must choose not what is comfortable, but instead what is progressive and what is moving forward towards a more accurate, clear representation of our soul expressed here in human carnate form. And that's where this awareness pops up in me of recognizing I just might be addicted to pain. I am in love with pain. Pain has taught me more lessons than any one thing other than maybe love. But I see the love through the pain, so that doesn't really count. So other than the absolute presence, which is imbuing itself in all things, I'd say pain has been my greatest teacher. And part of that's sad, you know? But another part of that's like, hey, that's pretty awesome, because whenever difficulty arises within my state, I'm that much more quickly able to recognize it as an opportunity for growth, as an expansion package, as a new DLC for the Chandler game. And, move forward. But that is not always the case. It's easy when it's external, I think is the word I meant. It's easy when it's external and it's just somebody else or some situation or some happening occurring to turn over and be like, hey, it's all good in here. But when in here is the cause of the pain, it becomes a little bit more difficult just to let it flow away, to let it be, to observe it and watch it. So one thing that I oftentimes find myself doing, I don't really know why I'm sharing this, but I hope it maybe gives perspective to any of those out there who may also be addicted to pain or whatever current situation you find yourself in. So I'll find myself practicing things of like yoga or deep stretching and breath work, and basically aligning myself and feeling very like structurally sound in my spinal cavity, which is something that I struggle with. I might make a video. I haven't really decided whether it's important or not to the degree in which I feel is worth posting, of whether I want to make a video like going over all the different fun and interesting ways in which pain has taught me over the years. But to keep this video briefer, I'll do these practices. I'll do these things to align my spine, and I most frequently do them whenever I'm in the most pain. It makes sense, right? I mean, if it's getting unbearable, so I should probably do something about it. And then I'll wind that back down to no longer be unbearable, to being pleasant, and then I get just about the point to enjoyable, and then I stop. I sit, I forget, and next thing I know, given a particular time, you know, down the road, I'm back in the pain. I'm back where I was. I'm back where I thought I didn't want to be. But I've now chosen to return. This similar pattern plays out in many areas of my life. One of them being with food. Like I actually know, like I've been on a journey, maybe like the last 6 years or so, 5-6 years of trying to figure out nutrition, trying to figure out like proper intake of substance for the body and how to promote longevity and health and wellness. And for the first time, I really feel like I understand what works for my body. And I understand what I need to eat, when I need to eat it, the type of state I need to be in when consuming it. But yet, whenever that gets rolling for a few days or a week or whatever, suddenly the desire for pain reappears itself. And I'm like, well, why don't I just have that, like dairy or whatever, like something, that's just something that messes with my stomach. But like, why don't I just have this cookie or or why don't I just have, you know, just a variety of things, which ends with me being in pain and my stomach being bloated and like, you know, fucking, not to get too much information, but like farting and all that nasty shit, right? Whenever you're all backed up and all that fun stuff. So another one is with like intimate connection versus like artificial indulgence of sexual desire on the internet. Like I had the option, you know, I'll open my heart more and I'll get more clear and I'll get more persistent on pursuing love in its beautiful incarnate form right in front of me in my actual experience in terms of physical being. But then the pain returns and it says, you want that, you need that, you should look at that, go do that. And then I'm left with my heart closed and not feeling connected and not feeling as though the experiences I have are as important or as wonderful as they are. So I don't really know what's going on. Like I would love to I would have loved to have titled this video, Overcoming My Addiction to Pain. But that's not where I'm at, man. It's just not. This video is going to be titled My Addiction to Pain or something like that, because it's still relevant. It's still relevant. But I thought maybe if I could voice this to myself and therefore extend it out in this video to you, then maybe I could start moving forward a little bit more. You know, maybe I can be a little bit more patient. Maybe I can be a little bit more tender and kind. Maybe I can have a little bit more discipline. Be stronger in my prayers and my affirmations of the world in which I am experiencing, in the world in which I am welcoming in. I don't know. I really don't. And I'm not going to try to pretend like I know what's to come or what I'm going to do. But my goal with this video, and more so with just coming out to this beautiful, I don't know if you guys can see it, let me get up. Beautiful, frozen, partially frozen. It's kind of like an icy lake, but beautiful frozen Lake Michigan. Came out here just to sit, just to be with myself, to get clear, and to open up to the divine, or to God's vision of me, through me, in me, all around me. Because I feel like that's one of the biggest keys, is not feeling of worthiness of the joy and the prosperity in which is behind these gateways of pain in which I've decided to put all around me. And so part of me feels, maybe, just maybe, if I can respect myself, if I can lean on God's voice, God's impartation of who I am, the simple yet poetic song of Chanley that was written before time, that is now experiencing time, then just maybe, I will walk through these doorways, because they're no longer walls. That's the beauty. They used to be walls. I used to feel them that way, at least. Now I feel them as doorways, because I know what I have to do, or it's not really have to. I know what will be brought forward through me if I live accurately to how I truly feel and the life I truly desire and deserve. It's as simple as opening the door and walking through and not looking back. I'm just tethered currently. And I understand the power of words, that maybe, I could be speaking of this in a more progressive light, that me saying I'm tethered is keeping the tether. But I want to be real. I just want to be open with how I'm feeling right now, And right now I feel a little tethered. I feel like I can get certain distance out, and then I'm reeled right back in. Get a little bit out, then reeled right back in. And so, whether it be cutting the cord entirely to habits and substances and artificial desires, and so be it. Maybe there is a place for cake on occasion, or ice cream. That's more my vice. I don't really like cake, but maybe there's a place for ice cream on occasion. But I don't know if that means that ice cream should be a block of building in my life, which I unfortunately decided to adopt a few years ago. I don't really eat it as much, that much anymore. But yeah, a few years ago I got real addicted to it. I was all depressed and shit, going through this breakup, and for some reason I went to ice cream and pizza. Totally fucked me up. My stomach's all twisted and whatnot. But that's okay, because it got me here, right? And honestly, I don't know if I'd be here if I didn't have the vices that I did. Real shit. But that doesn't mean that I need them anymore. The breakup is gone. New life, new love has sprouted. Even more new life and new opportunities are waiting for me. So maybe it's time to welcome them. To say, I, Chanley Caleb Haycoop, am ready for all of life. I am ready for all life has for me. And I choose to get out of the way of God so that way His presence can imbue and embody my holy vessel. I have immense gratitude for the vices, the crutches, sometimes even the balloons. What does that mean? I don't really know, but I thought of it, so I said it. Something that lifts me up. Maybe smoking a little cannabis. That can be a balloon because it lifts, it lifts you up. But, there's only a certain elevation that a balloon can go until it's got to come back down. So, I think I'm ready for the next dimension. The next dimension of me, the next dimension of Earth, the next dimension of my intimate relationship with my Creator. If that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe. Check out for some more videos. I'll be talking about whatever comes up. I'm going to try to... Yeah, we won't go into all that. So yeah, much love to you. I look forward to sharing my journey. Maybe I won't always come with a more optimistic perspective. I've thought about sharing more of my pain and some of the shit I go through as a human being here on Earth. If that sounds interesting, comment below and let me know. I'm a pretty open person. I'm just debating whether somebody really wants to sit and watch somebody complain. So I'm trying to think about how to talk about it without a complaining attitude. So yeah, much love. See you in another video.